Good morning. Today we are taking up To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. We are beginning with chapter 1. Though we have done the general summary earlier, but now we are taking up chapter wise summary. So when the novel opens, we find Mrs. Ramsay, Mr. Ramsay, their little son James, Charles Tensley, who is Mr. Ramsay's student. They are all in a summer house on the Isles of Skye. And James is asking about going to the lighthouse. Mrs. Ramsay replies and assures that if the weather is fine, then they all will be able to go the next day. We find that the little boy is overjoyed and is ecstatic, but Mr. Ramsay's reply regarding the weather not improving soon throws him into despair, and he is disappointed. And then the boy reflects that his mother is 10,000 times better than his father in every way. Tensley indicates towards the unfavorable winds, and the difference between the reply of a child's question reflects on the nature of parents, where we can see Mrs. Ramsay as nurturing and saying things that a child wants to hear and is able to understand without feeling disheartened, while Mr. Ramsay is saying things as a matter of fact or that which is truth. So he is not paying attention to the feelings of the listener who is a child. James can clearly see him as a person who states the reality. Mrs. Ramsay's reflection and pondering throws a great deal of light on her role of a caretaker and her attitude towards the male members. She feels that Tensley, who is a student of Mr. Ramsay, is not agreeable all the time. This role is defining her life, and we find it is giving a meaning to her life. She's carrying this role very comfortably and gracefully. She's admired, but at the same time, she does not want to be shackled with this burden. But then her daughters not only admire her, but her behavior would be later on imitated or probably taken in by the daughters, So her graceful demeanor and demonstration of womanhood fills her daughters with awe and wonder, and we find that they obey her. The manner in which she orders them, or probably the tone that she uses to get things done. While these children, they judge people based on personalities, Mrs. Ramsay finds it or judges according to their social status. Although she is happy carrying out the conventional role of a nurturer and caretaker, but she wants to make a difference to her own life, and she wants to do something relevant and meaningful in the public world. Although she is carrying out her duties as a wife and a mother very gracefully and very ably, but the life of domesticity is comfortable for her, but then she wants to do something for the outside world. Mrs. Ramsay and Tensley go to market, and on her way she asks Carmichael, who's an elderly man, if he wants something from the market. She finds that Tensley is being very uncomfortable and a little tense. So, to ease Tensley, she tells him about Carmichael's failed marriage and how a woman should put the needs of a man before her pride. Tensley, who feels that she has shared a very valuable information with her, he starts to ease and starts feeling as if men are superior to women, and he wants to emphasize this superiority and act chivalrous. That we will find when he carries Mrs. Ramsay's bags. So, while Mr. Ramsay is concerned with intellectual achievements, that Mrs. Ramsay finds very exhausting and tedious. So, while passing the quay, Mrs. Ramsay sees many artists painting, and she marvels at the beauty of the view. And then she reflects, and the two forms of beauty that get reflected, that is the natural beauty of the bay and the man made beauty of the paintings. The These two beauties differ as one remains constant and the other keeps on changing according to the time. We find that Tensley realizes that Mrs. Ramsay is the most beautiful woman he has seen. She is a mother and has several children, and 50 or a bit more years of age. Still, she is very beautiful. Although Tensley is unable to explain what prompts him to think so. And we find that around Mrs. Ramsay, he likes to act chivalrous as she puts him to ease, and he takes immense pride in carrying her bags for her. It thrills him. So, with this, we find that the characters are being introduced and they are slowly and gradually opening up before the eyes of the readers. This is all for today. Thank you.